Hi everyone. This tutorial is going to show you how you can create a worksheet or activity or assignment in an Apple app like Pages, Keynote, or Clips and assign it to your students in Seesaw. One might think that you would go to these three dots right here and you should be able to hit share and then put it right here on Seesaw. Unfortunately, that does not work. It is not supported by Seesaw to go in as a Pages document or a Keynote or Eclipse. So I'm going to show you that even if it takes a few extra steps, there is a way that we can do this. I will try really hard to go super slow so I can be concise and clear so that everyone can figure this out. So bear with me. I have this activity that I made for my first grade students that I want to assign on Seesaw. The only thing I really need to know about it right now is the title. So I know I just titled this Karen just to make it easier for me to remember for this tutorial. So you actually don't need to start in Pages or Keynote or in Clips. You're actually going to start in the Google Drive app. That seems strange, but what you're going to do, if you look down at the bottom, you're going to take what you made in the Pages app, and you actually have to go to the middle road of Google Drive, put it there, get a link, and then you can put it in Seesaw for your students to do as an activity. And then once your students work on it, that is another step. So I'm going to show you all those steps so that you can save this tutorial and take anything that you find in Keynote, Clips, or Pages and assign it and use it in Seesaw. So I'm going to start in the Google Drive app, okay? And so when you open up in Google Drive, it'll have things in there that you may have opened or worked on. Don't worry about that. You're going to go right down here to the plus. You want to add something to your Google Drive. So I'm going to click the plus, and then I'm going to click Upload. So I went to Google Drive, plus, and then Upload. We are going to upload something from not our photos and videos, so we want to browse. So I'm going to click Browse. And this is going to show you the last several things you've worked on this iPad. So since I just worked on the Karen, it's right there, which should make it easier. If you happen to not have worked on it in a while, you can just search it right up here. Okay, so I'm going to click on Karen because that's the one I want to upload to my students. Okay, the uploads have been completed. If you give it a second and you wait for this little alert to show up, what I'm going to do is pull down on my screen to sort of refresh my Google Drive. So I'm going to just pull. You see it's refreshing, and there it is. So now it's saying that my Pages activity is in my Google Drive. Okay, once it's in my Google Drive, I'm going to go to these three dots right here. When I'm there, I'm going to go to Share up here. And what I'm doing right now is actually making it accessible for my students to use. My students don't have access to everything in my Google Drive, so I need to give them access right now. So I'm going to go right here to the people besides me. I'm the K. Besides me, I want to give them access. So right now you can see it is private. So I want to change that. I'm going to hit change, and I'm going to go to the viewer. Okay, that means when you click there, then it will say that Rose Tree Media School District can now view it. All right. The next thing that I want to do is go to copy link at the bottom. So now that it's accessible to my students, I need to copy it so I can put it in Seesaw. All right, so you're going to hit copy link. Okay, now it's copied to my clipboard. So before I go on to getting to Seesaw, I'm going to go through that really quick one more time. All right, so let me get out of all this. I just, here, I'll even go all the way back to the beginning. I'm sorry if you caught it. I'm going to do it one more time for those of you who didn't. So to get something from Pages, I'm going to go and open Google Drive. I open it up. I'm going to go to the plus to add something to my drive, upload. I'm going to browse at the bottom to find what I want to upload, and then you're going to click on what it is. Okay, mine's already in there, so I'm going to cancel this. Then if it doesn't show up right here, just pull down to refresh your drive, and then it should just pop up. Okay, once you have that activity that you want to share, you're going to go to the three dots. Okay, lots of you are going to think you want to go to copy link, but if you copy that link, they won't be able to open it because you are the only person who has access to it. So we always go up to share first. So we go up to share. You can see here I have these buildings because mine has already been changed, but you will have people there at first. You're going to click on those people. You're going to change it to viewer so that Rose Tree Media School District people can view it. And then you're going to go down to copy link at the bottom. Okay, it's copied to my clipboard. And now I actually can get out of Google Drive. So I'm going to click on my home button, and now I can go into Seesaw. So I created it in Pages, I got it into Google Drive, and now I'm going to go into Seesaw. So when I'm in Seesaw, oh, I'm in as a student, so give me a second. I'm sorry. Get me back in. Okay, so now I'm in as a teacher. I'm going to add an activity just like you usually do. So add, assign an activity, create a new activity, and then you can call it what you want. I'm just going to call it Pages for now. So you can call it, you can give all the directions right here that you want. And then you're going to add multimedia instructions. It's probably the way you usually create an assignment, but in case you don't. So now we're going to go and put that link in the link spot. So I'm going to click on the link. It's still remembered on my clipboard, so I'm going to touch right there and paste it and hit the green check. Now, oddly enough, wait till you see what it does. Don't know why it does it, but it does. Come on, there it goes. This is what happens. When you paste that link, it has this ugly sign into Google Drive assignment. That will be the thumbnail in Seesaw. You know that's going to freak your students out. So I found a little shortcut on how to make it slightly better. However, it's not the best, but it's better than this. I don't know how to get rid of this sign in. Maybe someone will figure that out, but as of now, this is what the link does. So what I did to sort of bypass this is I add a page over here, and I'm actually going to move that page by clicking and pulling it up to make it first. Because whatever's on page 1 is what your students are going to see when they go to do the activity first. And if they see that sign in, they're not going to recognize that, and they're not going to understand why that's there. So what I do here instead is I have in my camera roll, in my photos, I have a picture of the Pages app. And you could have one of the Keynote app and the Clips app so that that would draw their attention to, oh, hey, yeah, I know what this is. So I'm going to upload from my photos into here, and you see right here, all these activities. You can see there's my little icon for the Pages app that I had saved earlier. So I'm going to click on that and green check. And then this, you can see now, is the very first page that the students would see. You could even add a text box and say, click on the Google image on the next page to start your Pages activity or worksheet or project. Okay, so that way when they see this, they can, here, maybe I'll make it orange so that it all sort of stands out. Okay, there we go. So this, that's too big. this is what they'll see when they get on. The next page is what they're going to click on to get started. So they'll actually just click on that image and it will take them to the link. And you can see right down here, there is a link attached so that you know that and that they know that. Okay? And so that is how you would then click the green check, and this will now be assigned to them. Okay? You have your title, you would type your directions, look at that, you see it's right there. I'm going to go ahead and click save and pretend that it's exactly how I want it. And when your students log in, they're now going to see this instead of the ugly Google sign in, and they're going to realize, oh yes, you know, my teacher told me we were going to be doing this, so now I recognize that icon and I'm ready to start. Okay, the next tutorial will be what a student does to actually open this. I hope that was clear enough.